All right, welcome. Make sure we're going live here. Hopefully all's well. All right, looks like we're live. Yay! Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm excited to share with you a new exciting adventure that I got connected to in such an auspicious, cool way. Like it's one of those universal kind of like, whoa, how did this come into my lap? I have no idea. So I'm so glad that it did, and I want to share it with you so that you can let it fall in your lap too, just like it fell in mine. Okay, so let's see. Looks like we have some lovely ladies joining live. Let's see. If you wouldn't mind commenting, let me know you're here. Then I know that I'm live, and then I can. Oh, there we are. Oh, hi, Josie. Hi, Deanna. Oh my gosh. Hi. Whoa, you guys are so awesome. Okay, well, let's dive in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining live and adding in your beautiful energy. And thank you for all of those who will watch the replay. Thank you for adding your beautiful presence to the energy of this gathering and this information and this video. So I'll make it into a YouTube so it's easy to share. And because I know we're here in the Lunar Ladies Lifestyle group, which is a private group. So hi Amanda, hi Irma K. All right, the party started. All right, so we're gonna probably go, I would say, I'm not gonna keep you too long. At least a half hour for the info. Then of course I'll be looking at comments and if you have questions. And I know Irma K has had her readings, so you could always say hi to Irma. And I'm sure a lot of you follow her, and if you're not following her, definitely do, because she's got so much cool info, wisdom, medicine, insights, awesomeness. So, okay, so let's just dive right in. Take a collective breath together just to feel grounded, because this is the source of our power as creators. Spirits taking on human form in the 3D physical world is to be grounded. Grounded is like an understatement, right? So we want to be like connected to the earth, because the earth is the source of creative energy in this dimension and in this part of the universe, this planet that we're on. So we want to be fully connected to Mother Earth and absorb and merge with that beautiful power of connection. Okay, and that in that connection we can create. And how do we create? We create with our breath, are the sound of our creative force field, right? And we announce who we are. So this is what we're going to get into with today's live, learning about Tibetan numerology. So let's just close our eyes for a moment. Breathe in your nose and out your mouth, and we're just going to get here. We're getting here now, right? So the way you can get here like lickety-split super fast is breathing. And I like to close my eyes because then I'm not distracted by what's outside of me, and I want to be focusing like what's right here, right now. So if you can, close your eyes and then take a nice breath through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And you can like lift your shoulders and drop them just so you can feel that energy of coming down. We want to get down, 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 grounded. Let's take another breath in, and this time roll your shoulders. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, roll your shoulders back. And if you want to make a sound, go right ahead. Just releasing and moving energy. And this next breath, let's come all the way down into your tailbone, your sacrum. If you're sitting on a chair, where you're sitting, making that connection to the chair. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale all the way down to your tailbone. And feel your body just grow heavier and drop into your seat or into the earth if you're standing. Now this next breath, we're just going to go right into our feet. Make that Piscean connection, right? Right into the soles of our feet to Mother Earth, and feel the earth energy connecting with you as you exhale. So breathing in, all the way down to your feet. Exhale and connect. Feel yourself connecting to Mother Earth. And from this place, we'll arrive into our circle of wisdom, learning about Tibetan numerology. Yay! Good job, everyone. Taking that nice breath together, getting grounded, releasing, right? Okay, so some of you I know are master numerologists already, and thank you. Definitely say hello to the community if you are already a numerologist or you love numerology. Just say, hey, numbers are my thing, or you've studied a lot about it, or you know a lot. I would love to listen to your knowledge as well. But this system of numerology is very different, and what drew it to me is, I already have a penchant for all things Tibetan. As you can tell with Lama Lakpa, and my tuning forks are based on traditional Chinese medicine and that Taoist cosmology. So I really love that philosophy and connection to life and the universe. So it's a kind of like a second nature type thing. So when this email came into my inbox and said, come join us for a Tibetan Numerology weekend workshop, I'm like, okay, yes. Where do I pay money to attend as a student? So I did that. It was really awesome. My teacher was great. The group was awesome. Learned so much. And the moment I created my power mantra was the moment things started moving pretty quickly. And so I'm actually quite surprised. So I'm so happy that we're gathering today to learn about this. So what is Tibetan numerology? It is based on numbers. But the system of the numbers and the reasons why we connect numerologically or mathematically is about creation and attraction and building your personal force field. So in Tibetan numerology, it works with polarity consciousness. And what is that? Polarity. We have a positive force field and a negative force field. And these two are not separate, but they're combining together and working together to create an attraction field. So Tibetan numerology uses the wisdom of positive energy, polarity, and the wisdom of negative polarity, and it moves them together to create this other field that, is kind of what I'm feeling when you get your tuning forks and you strike them. Right? You strike them, and then there's this energy, this field right in between that you can feel. Like you put your hand in there, you can feel that. That's what you're creating with your personal, powerful force field. And that's what Irma experienced when we had her reading this week. So we're working, so that's the first premise. It works on the power of polarity. Positive force field, negative force field. They work together like yin and yang, like the Tao, right? So that's what creates attraction, right? And when we can attract what we need, we can create with this vibration. So Tibetan numerology is based on the numbers 1 to 10 and then 11, right? So those are the numbers that it's utilizing for looking at different parts of our life, drawing in different frequencies, different energies. And this is how we start to learn about the day that we were born, the year that we were born, our first name, our birth last name, if we get married, our married legal last name. And these all carry a force field. Now, when you do a one-to-one reading with me, I get to explore your force field. And the force field's created by your birth date and year, your first name, your last name, and then what does it look like? What's your attraction field look like based on those three things? Now, most of the time, we will have blocks within one of those levels. The birth date year combined with the first name, the birth date year combined with the last name combined with the first name. Like we can kind of see mathematically, where do you have blocks to your personal power, your ability to create and manifest and attract. So that's what the reading, when you book a one-to-one reading with me to get your Tibetan numerology session, we're looking at all those things and I'm helping you, I'm finding the blocks, and then we get to do the fun part, we get to remove the blocks. Then we create your personal power mantra that you say over and over, and you condition the field around you, and which starts to move energy in a more powerful way, using positive and negative energy as a force field. So that's kind of pretty much the basis of the energy. I know, isn't that cool? Right? So cool. Yeah, TCM, right, Josie? Yeah, we love our TCM. I'm a big fan. So we're looking at the numbers of 1, to 10, and then 11. So 11 kind of stands on its own. It's the number that represents the universe, right? The all, the everything. Everything's possible in the energy of 11. So I know Irma was saying in our live, when I was on the Cosmic Couch yesterday, and she's going to have an interview with the person that does the 1111 global events. And isn't it interesting, the power of 11 through the lens of Tibetan numerology, saying that's the universe. And then when you put 11 together and you're seeing it pop up on the clock or in your, crossing your path in some way, that's universe working together. So it's a really powerful moment that we can merge with to help global situations, to offer kindness and love and compassion into our collective consciousness, to help ourselves, our friends, our family, right? So I thought that was super 11, super awesome about the 11. That's, I think I'm going to say that from now on. That's super 11. So instead of saying, oh my God, that's so cool, I'm going to say, that is so super 11. Feel free to say that too. Hey Lonnie, welcome. Beautiful, how are you? Oh, thank you. My hair, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was 2020. My hair just went, phew. Got really long. You see it every day, so you don't really notice. And, but now I'm noticing because you're helping me see it. All right, so another reason, a fun reason to do your lives, do them at 11. Do them at that universal time. So now I'm like, okay, all lives are scheduled at 11 until further notice. But yeah, it's fun. Once you learn the Tibetan numerology system, you're running numbers on everything. So like everything in reality becomes number or mathematical base, which is really like a measuring the power of the energetic availability. And I'm going to find where the energetic availability is the biggest. And I'm going to go there. And I'm going to like start playing in that energy using the consciousness of negative and positive. That's what I think struck me the most was there was a moment with my teacher over that workshop weekend, and she said, yes, you have to have, like, balance is both. You have to work with the energies both simultaneously. So I loved that because it kind of released the separation and division between, like, oh, one's good, one's bad. One's good and one's good. Right? They're both great. And that's where we want to connect to the power. Okay, so we have the numbers 1 through 10, and they represent 10 lessons of life that we all are going through. Now, depending on when you're born, it will tell you how fast you cycle through these 10 lessons because they repeat. So, for example, and it's called a timing cycle. My timing cycle happens to be a 4, right? So every 4 years, I have 10 lessons that I'm cycling through. So that's pretty fast. Some people are a timing cycle of 10. So they're more methodical, they move more slowly through life lessons. They gain a lot of wisdom. They have a lot of knowledge to share. And then the people who have more like those quicker timing cycles are just fast movers, right? And so you want to kind of use, like when you're working in a group or working with your clients, you can run their numbers and then go, whoa, okay, so this is how I work with you because you're moving through stuff. So I'm going to be like, do this, do this, do this, do this. Or if you're like a slow mover, I'm going to be like really allowing you to have time to integrate and come back. And it's interesting, like when I look at my coaching clients, I have some that are like, boom, okay, next week I'm going to do all 4 of my sessions, one after the other. I'm like, whoa, okay, are you sure, right? And then it works out for them. And then some people are like, takes me about 6 months between each coaching session. I'm like, you're probably a timing cycle of like a really high number. But yeah, so now I got to run all the numbers on all my clients. All right, so Tibetan Numerology, just to recap, positive energy, negative energy, they're working together. So it's polarity consciousness, which is more in alignment with universal energy, which is that 11, which is the possibility of it all. And then 1 through 10, each number signifies a lesson in life. And then we find your timing cycle to see how fast do you move through these lessons and where are you now, and then it helps you focus and really be here now with power and energy, understanding that you could time things mathematically with the way that the universe is unfolding within you and around you. So Tibetan numerology is based on the power of sound. Remember, and I love this because it goes so great with my tuning forks. And I just have to bring this in. This is a Bright Star Emporium Irma K treasure that I have. It is a crystal pyramid. Isn't that cool? So the crystal pyramid and tuning forks, I have my Tibetan bowl here, but this is sound, right? I don't know if you can hear that. And then I turn it. Right? So it's working on this premise of sound ripples out and creates fields of creation. Bright Star. Contact Irma if you would like a crystal pyramid. These are awesome. I put them over my head. Clears energy. It's awesome, but delicate. Otherwise, I have my Tibetan bowl. This is one of my healing bowls that you get to learn about when you connect with me with sound. But you've heard me play them and Lakpa play them. So they also are based on sound, right? And sound, like water, ripples out and creates a field of attraction, which we attract in the physical 3D world to manifest. Okay, so the power of sound, and when you have your name, right? The power. This is the power of sound, and the sound that your name makes is actually a frequency made of numbers or a mathematical equation or expression that you are constantly putting out there. Right? Constantly, super 11, totally. Constantly putting out there. So when you say, hi, I am Shannon. I have just created a positive polarity energy that I want to make sure it's aligned with who I am. And I want to understand, like, when I say I am Shannon, what am I saying? So as an example, this is what I'm saying when I say I am Shannon. When I say I am Shannon, I am saying I am loving, mystical, creative, dependable, loyal, innovative, and organized. So you're going to learn what your name means when you say it through an energetic lens of a mathematical expression of numbers. Isn't that cool? So when you do a one-to-one session, we're going to look at your first name. And then if we look to see if there are blocks happening between your first and last name or the timing cycle of your birth, then we're going to tweak your name. Whether it's changing the spelling or it might, shift into some people want a whole new name, something that they've always felt connected to, or I've always loved that name, I always wanted that to be my name. But before we move into actually shifting and changing name, we want to look at the lessons and gifts of the name that you as a soul came in with to this family and were given. There's reasons for that, so we explore that as well, which is really helpful to let go of things, especially when you understand, like, oh my gosh, that's been my issue, and you're like, it's connected to the name. Why did you, as a soul, come in with this name, with this issue, possibly to resolve it? And a lot of times it's connected to the family energy or the karma of the family, right? So this gets me into the last name. Now, the first names are positive polarity force field. The last names are negative polarity force field. And it has to do, the Tibetans believe that our last name given to us at birth is the karma of the family. or that generational name. There's karma associated with it. And remember, karma doesn't have to be bad karma, right? It could be energy that kind of can get stuck or bound. And if we understand what it is, by the understanding of it and the knowledge, we free it. We free it back to the creator consciousness that can reformulate it into a higher state of power or empowerment. So Tibetan astrology or Tibetan numerology looks at your first name and your last name. And so I thought this was really interesting. Those of us, as women, there's a law in most cultures that you change your last name. Now my teacher was saying, oh boy, women, we've had it rough since that law was instituted. Because what happens when you change your name to your husband or partner's last name, you take on their family karma. And we're like, oh my gosh, aren't women healing enough already? Now we got to heal our own karma and the husband's or the partner's karma, right? So it's interesting to look at, if you've been married or are married, you changed your name. We're going to run both names in your session. We're going to run your birth name and your husband's or partner's last name if you've legally changed it. And we'll see what is the energy that's happening. And then you can even run the partner's full name, have them do another session, do their whole Tibetan numerology, and kind of get a sense, well, what's the karma they came in with? And what are they working on? And where are they in their cycle of that lesson to unwind it and free it back to creator consciousness that can create with it again? So a lot of times, Tibetan numerology is about understanding what is the story, and then how do I unwind it, or unbind it, and free it, and then comes back to you to create with it. So how can I create and merge with it in my most powerful way? So that's basically what we're doing when you do a one-to-one session with me to look at your Tibetan numerology numbers. So it's super cool. Like, I've got my personal mantra, right? I've rewritten it a couple times, and so in a one-to-one session, you'll do your personal mantra, and then I want you to play with it. I want you to start integrating it, shifting, playing. What are you noticing? And then, of course, I'm going to send you an email and go, okay, you've had 3 weeks or 4 weeks to play with it. What's been going on? Fill me in. Does it need tweaking, right? So this is so fun. I am like so jazzed about this whole thing. All right, just looking for questions. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Hi, Iveta. Welcome. Ooh, Lonnie. My real name is Leanne. Lonnie is a nickname and came completely different. Oh, Lonnie. Oh, my God. We've got to run your Tibetan numerology numbers. That'd be interesting to see the difference in the vibration, right? Because when you create your mantra, it is based on a lot of times the spelling, as well as the number if it changes energy as well. So another really cool thing, and this is something I've learned in another women's group about 10 years ago. And this women's group, the leader said that when women join, the feminine energy likes to circle up, right? Likes to collaborate, be in community, be in a circle, just kind of the way that feminine energy moves in this physical form. And she was saying that when women, the feminine, doesn't truly or powerfully show up in a group until they say their name. And that stuck with me. I was like, that is fascinating. Because when women use their voice, and that's why in a circle, a lot of circles you've been a part of, everybody goes around to say their name, right? Especially really powerful for women that they don't really arrive energetically until they come to a circle and say, hi, I'm Shannon, or hi, I'm Ashetu, hi, I'm Sharon, I'm Lonnie, right? I'm Iveta, right? So what happens is you start to reverberate the field, and then your whole creative energy is present and showing up and saying, I'm here, I'm owning my space, I'm sovereign in my field. And so with Tibetan numerology, I have another layer to that concept. So fifth chakra, our throat chakras are fifth chakra. Now in my Taoist cosmology sound healing studies, The fifth chakra is, for women, most importantly, is the echo of the second chakra, the creative womb, that where the energy is rising from that creative womb and coming out the fifth chakra, and we're saying, hi, I'm Shannon. So when you as a feminine energy or female are saying, hello, it's rising up from your second womb, I am, and then you say your personal power mantra, what you're doing is you're actually doing an act of creation, all on your own. And this comes from yesterday in the fall equinox, when I looked at the astrology chart for that, the moon, our core root self, everybody, male and female, core root self, was connected to the discovery point of Eris. Now, Eris is a really interesting origin story. So she's known as the sister of Aries, the goddess of discord and strife. But really, her origin story comes from that she's a daughter of Nyx, N-Y-X, which is the Egyptian name for the void, the darkness, which is the original goddess, which is that negative polarity, the darkness, the void. And we've been made to feel afraid of that. But the darkness and the void is the most beautiful place you'll ever want to find yourself. It's home. I love the void. Of course, I was born on a balsamic moon, so it's kind of where it's my core root vibration. So for me, it's easy to say that. If you were born on a full moon or a waxing moon, you might be like, I don't know what she's talking about. But I would love to chat with you about the balsamic power of the void. It really is my jam. So, with this energy of Eris, our power goddess, being born from Nyx, born of oneself, that is an energetic available to all, to me feeling like all human beings, but currently the feminine form is holding court with the most empowerment of that, is that you can recreate yourself from that second chakra, fifth chakra, empowered numerological Tibetan mathematical equation that's one with the universe, using positive and negative polarity, working together to create an attraction force field. So that's basically what Tibetan numerology is helping you do and discover and create for yourself. So that's what I'm doing in my new offering, which is a one-to-one reading called Tibetan Numerology. So when we show up and we say our power mantra, and we're going to say, I am who you are, and Tibetan numerology only looks at first and last names. Middle names, or if you have three names, they say that dissipates the energy. It weakens the vibration because there's too much, instead of positive, negative, it's positive, negative, and something else. So in their culture, they never really had a middle name. That's kind of something Western or something new. So this power mantra is based on your first and last name, your positive and negative polarities working together in harmony, right, in balance. That creates a force field of attraction, right? And you're going to develop your power mantra with me based on your numbers and removing the blocks. And then you're going to start saying it out, feeling it, allowing yourself to have it. And what you're going to do is build up your attraction field, right? So as you are an entrepreneur, a creative, an artist, a manager or overseeing a company, or whatever your walk of life is, you can empower it from this place of being one with the universe. Isn't that cool? So Tibetan numerology is something else. And now I'm realizing that when I say my power mantra, and I'm tuning myself up, and I might do it at the fifth chakra and the second chakra together, and I'm saying it in tune, and I'm saying front and back, or I'm doing it, or I'm creating energy around me, or I'm healing myself as I say it. Whoo, watch out, I haven't done that one yet. So I want you all to have your power mantra. What is it? I want to know it. I want to help you find it. So any questions on, the other thing I wanted to tell you about Tibetan numerology is It's based on a 10-month calendar. So in the United States or the Western world, we're currently working off the Gregorian calendar, which is a 12-month, 365-day year. The Tibetan numerology system is based on a 10-month lunar calendar. And again, it coincides with each month representing the life lesson that the universe gives us as souls to help us evolve and grow. And then it repeats, and then we go back and we do it again based on your timing cycle, which will show me how fast you run through the energy. And you can really accelerate your life or amplify what it is that you're doing, whether you're like, I'm in a state of working on my wellness. You can amplify and accelerate the power of moving through that based on the lessons where you are in your life, what's going on, like getting a deeper understanding of really what that is instead of separating whatever the thing is in your life that you're trying to change into a good and a bad. If I only had this and I had less of this, if I only had this, I'd be happy, right? So this system is saying, no, you want to engage with both because it brings the power of balance, which is the power of harmony that raises you above the duality that's sitting at a vibration of separation that's keeping you in limitation, suffering, victimhood, right? We're ready as a human species to rise out of that. Right? What's next, right? What's next is harmony and balance and calibration and merging and alignment, right? And we can do all of our healing and our lessons and our evolving at that frequency rather than in a state of disarray and despair. No resources. Up here, resources, connection. And then what my teacher is sharing with us, she has a calendar that we tune in. She's like, today is like a 5-day. And if you're a timing cycle 5, you better be on your game doing your thing because you're going to get extra energy. Right? So then you can start timing what's happening and being really consistent with your vibration and putting it into action like right here, right now. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. It's blowing my mind. And I like the weaving. Like, oh, this overlays with my tuning forks and how I'm using that to heal my physical body, which is helping move emotional energy out of my aura. That's helping like this other mental pattern that I haven't had a chance to like shift into a higher space, right? Or a more, who was it saying? Maybe it was on Twitter. They were saying, somebody had posted like, oh, you know how you want to get into your higher self. And he was saying, I love that, he's like, how about we change higher self for favorite self? I'm going to merge with my favorite self. And I was like, man, that's brilliant. Yeah, the higher, lower, let's just get out of that higher, lower. Let's get into like the truth, which is that empowered state, that happy place, that peaceful calm, that joyful, that expansive state. Like I'm going to get into my favorite self, my expansive self, my joyful self, my calm, my peaceful self, my harmonious self. Isn't that fun? So, let me see if you've got questions. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Hi, Naomi's Light, June Henson. I would like to book a session. I'm moving forward with dining in my spiritual name. Ooh. Lonnie, go Lonnie. Yes. I love it. All right, well, let me, it's on special now. I have an introductory special, and of course, for my lunar ladies, yes, you always get the discounts. So let me just go grab the link. It's on lunarladies.com. If you go click on offerings, you'll see it there. It says Tibetan Numerology, but let me just put it in the comments so you can grab it and take a look. It's on sale through the end of October for $111. It's an hour-long session, and we do it live together via Zoom, right? So you buy the session, I say, oh my gosh, yay, so exciting. And I send you the calendar, and you go and you look on my calendar, and you're like, there's my day, and then you click on it, and you book it, and then it sends me a link or a booking notice that says, hey, Lonnie is going to be next Thursday at 11 a.m. And I'm like, yay. So then I get that, and I send you a Zoom link. And then you send me your first name at birth, your last name at birth, your birth date, month, day, and year, and then if you have a legal name change and or married name change. And then we take it from there. And we have a really good time. Live 101. So it's normally 155. I have it at 111 because we're working with the universal energy, right? Going on 411s. So yeah, so definitely interested. And I also have the zip available that you can take that 111 and make 4 interest-free payments. So if that helps you too to get that, because let me tell you, just as an example, and then also the women in my workshop some were repeating the workshop because they just wanted to refresh their skills. Doubling their income, tripling it, quadrupling it. So as an example, I did the workshop, I saw the blocks, shifted my name, and some of you, if you follow me on Twitter, you might go, why did she change her last name? Because I had some family karma on that last name. With my first name. So I'm playing around, I'm practicing with the integration piece, and so I changed my name on social media. I haven't done it, they say don't do anything legal until you've really played with this and sat with it. You don't have to go that way. But just changing my Twitter name, and I think I did a Facebook group setting change, and then on my email, I changed it. So what we came up with my teacher, she's like, so funny. She doesn't know me from a bale of hay, right? She just says hi, figures out my timing cycle, got my first name, and she's like, okay, so your last name, Murray, no, not with this first, no. Your first name's really good, keep it. I like your first name, but your last name, So I'm like, gosh, I've always known that, right? So even though I love my last name, I love my family, nothing to do with that, but it was just, I could feel the energetic block. I'm like, yeah, when she explained it to me in this way, I was like, yeah, that has been the thing that I've been like having to struggle with. So she's like, I'm getting something French, and I recently, I've been, I think so 2 years now, I've been studying French and getting into reading French stories and getting into this whole French thing. And then on my Ancestry.com, they said, oh, you have relatives from Brittany. And then Francine was like, Brittany, that's the Celtic French people. And I'm like, I love it. So I'm really into my French thing. So she doesn't know that. And so she's like, feeling something French. Let's see, la, and she goes, la mer. And I'm like, la mer? La mer, Shannon La Mer. So I developed my mantra off Shannon La Mer, sales. I'm busy now. I'm like, what? I wasn't busy in the last, all this year. I'm busy now. So there is something happening with this. And then I'm talking to Francine, and Francine, who's French and speaks French, she's like, she's like, what's your power name? And I said, Shannon La Mer. And she said, you mean Shannon the mother? I was so into La Mer that I'm like, I didn't even think about what does it mean in French. She's like, it means the mother. La mère is the mother. And I'm like, oh, that so fits with my Cancerian stellium. Shannon the mother. And that's what I'm saying when I say my power mantra. I'm saying I am Shannon the mother. And I'm loving and mystical, creative, dependable, loyal, innovative, and organized, which is my Virgo BFF Linda Light said, organized, really? Well, now I am with this power mantra. Right? So, isn't that cool? So that was just a fun side note. And I'm gathering the stories of what's happening. But oh, hi, Anna. Let me just read your comments. I want to answer Amanda and Anna. So, Anna, I'm curious about having a married last name, then divorcing and keeping that name. Okay, Anna, great question. So when we get married and we change our name, we take on the karma of our husband, partner. And if we divorce and we still carrying the name, we're still carrying the energetic vibration of his karma. So we'll take a look at that. Might be a good thing. Who knows? But if you got blocks to your name, you're like, no, we can't do this now. Anna said, and honestly, I loved gaining a new last name because I felt so much heaviness around my maiden name, and now I feel like I don't resonate with either, although I kept my married name. Lesser of two evils. Yeah, well, we definitely, like, if you want to do a session, Anna, I'll look at what the lessons of your maiden name and the energy lessons of your married name, and then we'll see what's going on. And sometimes it's like just shifting a letter around. But again, before you go and make a date at your courthouse to change your name, we're going to sit with it and play with it and allow it to start to unwind around us before we make any legal shift. Thank God for social media because we can play with our names, right? And see what comes up. Okay, Amanda, I was adopted and resonate with both my legal adopted first name and the one I was given at birth. Oh, how neat. Also, would this mean as a married woman I carry the karma of all three families? Woo! Well, if you would, we would definitely, I do have a client, I ran her, she's adopted, I ran her father's birth name, and that was really interesting. We took a look at that, right? And then her adopted family's last name, and then we looked at just kind of shifting around the energy. So it's very interesting. That would be, if you don't say the name itself out loud, like, especially when you're little and you're in school and they're like, is Amanda, Tuttle here? Yes, I'm here, right here. Or Amanda Barfield, right? But yeah, I would like to look at all three because there's wisdom and knowledge at a soul level. What are the lessons that you as a soul say, I really want to unwind this? Because as we unwind things, we empower ourselves because we're freeing energy. And what I've noticed in astrology readings is there are a lot of souls that incarnate into a particular family tree to shift the energy of the generational karmic patterns, right? They come in as benevolent souls to shift the energy as a gift to that family tree. Because the family tree deserves that, deserves to have a highly evolved soul incarnate, right, into the tree. Okay. Cheryl, time for another birthday present. Yeah, totally. I agree. Josie, I've never had a middle name. That's awesome. So your energy hasn't been like dissipating. That's so cool. Yeah. So interesting to look at both your last name, Iveta, and your husband's last name. Right? Hi, Angela. Oh, you like my new power name? Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. The power mantra rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? I love it too. All right. Hey, Rochelle. I'm so glad you're here. I miss you too. You're the one telling me about all the names in the family. We got to see what we can find out there. I didn't keep my first husband's last name, says June. Very interesting. You might have instinctively knew. You're like, I'm not here to take that karma on. Okay. Thank you so much for being here and being live. I'm trying to think of anything else I would like to share with you. Well, let me just share with you my whole, since you know my power last name, let me share with you my whole mantra. Just tell me what you think, what you feel. All right, so this is going from Shannon Murray, that had the blocks, to Shannon Lemaire. So here's my powerful personal force. And I say this, and I'm going to say this with my tuning forks. All right. Ground. Right. You can do a couple of mudras if you want. I am Shannon Lemaire with a powerful personal force. When I am powerful, I am loving, mystical, creative, dependable, loyal, innovative, and organized. This takes me through times when I am whining, dependent, unreliable, lethargic, impatient, and stuck. With this powerful personal force, I attract practical and durable ideas, generous and creative people, and trustworthy economical opportunities. Woohoo! So that's my force field that I am building right now. So every time I say that, I center myself because it's a sacred proclamation, right? So, and then I say it before I go to bed. I say it when I get up, and then of course when I'm walking Lyra, I'll say it then, and say it as much as possible, and just have fun with it, keep playing with it, and see what I feel. Like when I say that, how do I feel? Where do I feel it in my body? Do I believe it? Right? You can get my pendulum out and go, how much in alignment am I with this? 10%, 5%? Go get a sound healing with Joanne, right? Now you're 100% in alignment. Right? And then you can tweak the words and you can play with it, right? And it's evolving, right? And I could tweak it maybe from this next heightened place of feeling more power and confidence. Then that new part of me can then start playing with it again and again and again. But I'm sticking with Lemire so far because it reminds me of Lemuria. Which makes me happy. When I had a card reading with Sherry Kleck-Taylor, she's like, so cute. If you haven't had an oracle card reading with Sherry, sign up because they're awesome. She goes beyond the call for you, right? She had like 10 decks. It was amazing in what she wove together, what came out. But one of them was saying that part of my soul mission is to recreate Lemuria. And I know I got lots of Lemurian sisters that are helping me do that. Kelly Kessler is number one. Linda Light and Francine, for sure. You thought of Lemuria too? Oh, I love that, Anna. We got to talk. Oh my God. We got to talk about horses and sound healing. Isn't that cool? So I want to know what your powerful personal mantra. So that's creating my force field. So you, as a recap, you're taking the positive polarity of your first name, you're taking the negative polarity of your last name, and they're working together as one to create a universal empowered force field of attraction. And then I can bring to me, what is it I want? Do I want a new loving partnership? Maybe. Do I want buy some land? Maybe. Do I want some new Tibetan bowls? Maybe. Do I want to be able to help more people? Yes. Do I want more health and wellness? Yeah, right? Isn't that cool? So what's yours? Ah, Liz, I had a nom de plume that was French. Ooh, Saint Kraus. Ooh, was more prosper in ways back then. May bring it back. Liz, I'm liking where you're going with this. Yeah, would be interesting to see the energy of Saint Rouse. Or is it Roos or Rouse? Very cool. I love don't you just love saying nom de plume? And I'm really into the sound of things. So I think that's why I'm having fun studying French. I like trying to speak, but I'm a little shy because I'm like, oh, I don't want French people to get mad at my bad pronunciation. But I am having fun saying it or speaking it. And I'm also studying Welsh. My second best friend is Duolingo. So we have a Mercury Retrograde coming up. I'm going to go live next week talking about Mercury Retrograde, and I'm also going to schedule some lives to talk about tuning forks and my course, Tuning Forks for Starseeds, because I've been getting so much insight into how important it is for people who are identifying in that starseed vibration to be feeling good and healthy and powerful in their physical space. We're going to need you in 2022 at the top of your game. So I'm devising wonderful ways to help you do that are fun and affordable and life-changing. So my Shakespearean bow. All right, so I'm going to let you go. I'll read through the comments to see if you have any other questions. But that is Tibetan Numerology, based on the numbers are 0 to 10 and 11, which is the universe. It cycles through your 10 lessons in life, depending on how fast or slow you go through them. You learn a lot about the year you were born in and the day that you were born. which also creates your timing cycle, and how you merge with that, how you can merge with that most powerfully through your first name, your last name, and then your together the attraction force field. And then in the session, we discover that, we look for blocks, we remove the blocks, we create a power mantra all in an hour. I'm like, I might have to do this a little, stretch this out a little bit more. But then I want to do a follow-up through email to see how you're doing and if you need to do a return visit to tweak it. But that's the offering, and it's on sale now through the end of October. It's normally $155 for the hour. Durian, Liz, durian. And it's on sale for $111 because we're utilizing the power of the universe with our bellows, right? Stoking the fire of 11s. And so when you see 11s come across your plate today or your path today, just go, hey, universe, I'm going to grab a little of that 1111 in my life today. I'm going to breathe it in. All right. Woo, Angela's going to sign up for a reading. I love it. How much fun will we have? We'll have to put you at the end of the day because I know we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. We have fun chatting. As I do, I have a lot of fun chatting with all of you. So thanks for joining live. Have a beautiful Thursday. And we're moving into the Mercury Retrograde next week. So I'll be posting a blog to get you going on what that is. I'll do a live. Well, Janet's coming in on Monday. We're going to do, I think, is it Monday's the retrograde day? I'm over here talking about Tibetan numerology, not paying attention to the stars. Yeah, Monday is Mercury Retrograde. Is it? If I can only read without glasses. Yeah, so Janet, our lovely Janet Nixick will be here Monday at 11:30. Mercury's on the 26th, goes, okay, y'all, check this out. Mercury retrograde goes retrograde, or Mercury goes retrograde at 10:10 p.m. in California or Pacific time zone on Sunday the 26th. So Janet will be here on Monday, 11:30, and she's going to use her beautiful powers of Reiki. See, it's already Mercury retrograde. Reiki Theta healing to clear. So we're going to be doing a ceremony. So if you can join us for the ceremony, but it's so beautiful and timeless that you can experience it at any time you watch the replay. So that's Monday, and then after that, I'll look at my schedule. Probably next Friday or Thursday or Friday, I'll do a live on Mercury retrograde, as well as getting yourself these bad boys and learning where to put them on your body so that you feel amazing. And then we can use them to power up our personal mantras. So I'm excited to see you again. Have a beautiful and happy Thursday. And I'll be posting, of course, fun stuff. Ask questions. I'll be catching them. You can send me an email, shannon@lunarladies.com, or a Facebook message. I'm trying to get to those faster, or comment and tag me with questions. But you go to the website, the link, lunarladies.com, click on offerings, and then you'll see Tibetan Numerology. It's on sale, and you can purchase it there. And you can pay the full price, or you could do the 4 payments through Zip. They give you 4 interest-free payments if that's easier for you. All right. Thanks so much for joining. This was so fun. So good to be with all of you, and I can't wait to hear your mantras. All right. Bye for now.